Good morning, student. Myself, Sri K. D. Mursesar, a biology subject teacher. In last lecture, we learned reproduction in lower and higher animals. In that first concept, we learned what is reproduction, defined reproduction. Asexual reproduction in animals consists of we learn gemuli formation seen in sponges, budding seen in hydra, and regeneration seen in planarians. In sexual reproduction animals, we learn sexually reproducing animals attain two phases, juvenile phase and reproductive phase. We learn also some animals are seasonal breeders and some animals are continuous breeders. In human reproduction, we learn primary sex organs. In male, testes are primary sex organ, produce sperm or male gamete. In female, ovaries are primary sex organ, produce eggs. Secondary sex organs other than the testes and ovaries are secondary sex organs like accessory ducts and glands. We learn also secondary sexual characters of male and female person. So today we are going to learn human male reproductive system. Simply, human male reproductive system consists of four main parts. Number one, testes. See, this is the testis, pear form. So we learn in this chapter detailed histological structure of testes, in which cells form sperms, in which cells produce male sex hormones that are responsible for development of secondary sexual character. Detailed study in the testes. Now the second part of male reproductive system known as accessory ducts. There are total 6 accessory ducts present in male reproductive system. Number one, first, rete testes. Seen, this is the rete testis, is connected to seminiferous tubule inside the testis. So rete testis is one of the accessory duct. Then vasa efferentia is connected to rete testis to epididymis. So epididymis is third accessory duct. This one is vas deferens is open into the urethra, is fourth duct of male reproductive system. Seminal vesicle duct open into vas deferens, such point called as ejaculatory duct, is a fifth duct in male reproductive system, and last, urethra is the sixth duct in male reproductive system. So we learn in detail today's lecture. Now third one is glands. Different glands present in male reproductive systems, like seen, this is the seminal vesicles are paired glands. Second one is prostate gland present below the urinary bladder, and third, pear form Cowper's gland. These are the Cowper's glands. So there are 3 different glands present in male reproductive system: seminal vesicles, prostate gland, and Cowper's gland. And last, number 4, external genitalia. Consist of penis and scrotum. So we learn all these 4 main part of the male reproductive system in detail today's lecture. So we see the lecture. Good morning, student. Myself Sri K.T. Borsesar, a biology subject teacher. In last lecture, we learn reproduction in lower and higher animals. Contain first concept reproduction, asexual reproduction in animals. In that we learn gemuli formation, budding and regeneration. Sexual reproduction in animals contains some terms, basic terms including human reproduction. Consist of, we learn primary sexual organs, secondary sexual organs and different secondary sexual characters of male and female human person. Now today we learn human male reproductive system, histological structure of testes and what is semen. So let us start. Human male reproductive system consists of different parts like testes, accessory ducts, glands and external genitalia. So all these are the main part of male reproductive system. So here seen male reproductive system diagram. This is the testes. Accessory ducts consist of arete testes, vas efferentia and ejaculatory duct are invisible inside the scrotum. Vas deferens seen here, this is the vas deferens, ejaculatory duct seen here and urethra seen here. So all these are the accessory duct we learn in accessory duct point. Now the third one is glands seen here. Glands of male reproductive system consist of seminal vesicles are here, two seminal vesicles, a prostate gland and two Cowper's gland or bulbourethral gland. So seminal vesicle, prostate gland and Cowper's gland are the glands are present in male reproductive system. External genitalia consist of penis and scrotum are seen in male reproductive system. So we learn in detail testes, accessory ducts, glands and external genitalia. Let us start. First one is testes. You know that testes is primary sex organ, also called as male gonad, because it produces male gametes or sperms. Testes are pair form, right and left side. Testes are mesodermal in origin. You know that different germ layers like ectoderm, mesoderm and endoderm are seen in gastrulation. So in gastrulation different germ layers develop different organs of human body. So testes are developed from mesodermal germ layer, hence testes are called as mesodermal in origin. Now testes are located in scrotum. See here scrotum diagram. This is the scrotum seen. This one is septum. Due to septum, scrotum divided into two compartments. Each compartment contain testes seen. So scrotum, inside present testes located in the scrotum. Now this is the most important sentence here. Early fetal life testes develop in lower abdominal cavity. Later, they descend in scrotal sac through a inguinal canal. Now seen here diagrammatic representation. This is the testis and this one is spermatic cord. So at the time of early fetal life, this testis is present here, abdominal cavity. So later this abdominal cavity testis is a descend inside the scrotum sac. So this is the most important event in male reproductive system. If the testis is not descend in the scrotum sac during the early fetal life, in later, so the condition is create known as cryptorchidism, and such male person becomes sterile. We discuss later in detail what is cryptorchidism. Now each testis is oval in shape. Seen here, oval shaped testis measure about 4 to 5 centimeter long, 2 to 3 centimeter wide and 3 centimeter thick. This is the measurement of each testis. Is remember. Now histological structure of testis. Seen, this is the transverse section of testis. Seen different seminiferous tubules and outer covering known as tunica vaginalis, albuginea. Seen this figure, externally covered by testis layer known as tunica albuginea. Its outer incomplete peritoneal covering called as tunica vaginalis, and inside the tunica vaginalis, tunica vasculosa layer seen here a diagrammatic representation in detail. So this is the tunica albuginea. This one is tunica albuginea. Its covering outermost known as tunica vaginalis is formed by peritoneal covering. So peritoneal covering of testis is indicate the testis is completely developed inside the abdomen. So below the tunica vaginalis, tunica vascularis seen, and below the tunica vascularis, tunica albuginea is seen. So all these three layers perform different functions. Like tunica vaginalis is outermost peritoneal covering, it develop into the abdominal region. Inside it, tunica vascularis contain different blood vessel, nerve fibers. Tunica albuginea is covered by the important organs of the testes, contain different testicular lobules. Now remember, tunica albuginea, tunica vaginalis, tunica vasculosa. Fibers of tunica albuginea divided each testis into 200 to 300 testicular lobules. So these are the fibers of tunica albuginea. Due to its divide into different compartment, here seen each one is in each testis 200 to 300 testicular lobules seen. So each lobule with 1 to 4 coiled seminiferous tubules seen. So the single seminiferous tubule is like this structure. Here all these three are seminiferous tubules. So seminiferous tubules is present in each lobule of the testicular lobe, and testicular lobules is present inside the tunica albuginea. Now each seminiferous tubule is spherical shape, internally lined by cuboidal germinal epithelium cells. Later on they develop into spermatogonia. So this is the cuboidal epithelium germinal cells. These are later it convert into spermatogonia. Now the few large primordial cells seen here called as Sertoli cells. These are the primordial cells called as Sertoli cells. Sertoli cells are also called as sustentacular cells. So inside the seminiferous tubule seen spermatogonia, that is germinal epithelium cells, and Sertoli cells, sustentacular cells seen inside the seminiferous tubule. Germinal epithelium cells undergoes gametogenesis to form spermatozoa. These are the spermatozoa is produced from germinal epithelium cells by process of gametogenesis. Seen these are the spermatozoa. Now the primordial cells called as Sertoli cells or sustentacular cells provide nutrition to the developing sperms. So these are the Sertoli cell provide nutrition to the developing sperm. So both two types of cells perform different functions. Like germinal epithelium cells produce sperms or male gamete, Sertoli cell provide nutrition to developing sperms. Now various stages of spermatogenesis can be seen in the seminiferous tubules. This is the seminiferous tubule. Seen outermost layer known as germinal epithelium cells. Now it convert into spermatogonia. Spermatogonia differentiated into primary spermatocytes, is differentiated into secondary spermatocyte, differentiated into spermatocytes, and then spermatids and spermatozoa seen here. So we seen in a large view, these are the spermatogonia cells. Now spermatogonia cells undergoes differentiation to form primary spermatocytes. So these are the primary spermatocytes is diploid because the spermatogonia is a diploid that convert into primary spermatocytes, undergoes meiosis reduction division to form secondary spermatocytes. These are the secondary spermatocytes. So secondary spermatocytes are haploid, and secondary spermatocyte undergoes second meiosis division, equational division to form spermatids. So spermatids is also haploid cells. Now the spermatids undergoes maturation to form sperms. So what are the different stages seen in seminiferous tubule of spermatogenesis? Spermatogonia diploid, primary spermatocyte also diploid, secondary spermatocyte haploid, spermatids also haploid, and then Spermatozoa or sperms are also haploid. We've seen one by one here. The first one is spermatogonial cells diploid. Primary spermatocyte is also diploid. Secondary spermatocyte is haploid. Spermatid is also haploid, and then sperms or spermatozoa is also haploid. So all these are sequential stage seen in seminiferous tubule. You must know what are the various stages of spermatogenesis can be seen in seminiferous tubule sequentially. So this is the sequence you must remember known. Now in between two seminiferous tubules, seen this is the seminiferous tubule, this is also a seminiferous tubule. In between two seminiferous tubule, some small group of cells called as interstitial cells or Leydig cells. So these interstitial cells or Leydig cells are endocrine part of the testes. So it secrete hormone known as male sex hormone known as androgen or testosterone. So androgen or testosterone is responsible for development of secondary sexual character of male person. You know that different secondary sexual character of male person that develop by androgen or testosterone. If in case of absent of androgen or testosterone secretion, the male person is not develop secondary sexual characters. So you must know that the interstitial cell or Leydig cells present in between two seminiferous tubules of the testes are endocrine part of the testes, secrete hormone known as male sex hormone called as androgen or testosterone, responsible for secondary sexual character development of male person. Now what are the important cell present in the testes? You know that germinal epithelium cells are most important, undergoes gametogenesis to form or produce gametes or sperms. Sertoli cells and or sustentacular cells are provide nutrition to the developing sperms. So these two type of cells are present inside the seminiferous tubules, and interstitial cells or Leydig cells are present in between two seminiferous tubules of the testes, are secrete male sex hormone known as androgen or testosterone. So these three cells are most important cells in the testes. So here we clear discuss about the histological test structure of testes. Now do you know very important point here? Presence of peritoneal covering around the testes, an indication of its abdominal origin. Those organs have present peritoneal covering, that organs is origin in the abdomen. So this is the most important sentence here. One more sentence noted here. The testes are suspended in the scrotum by spermatic cord. Here seen, this is the scrotum inside testes is completely suspended through or by spermatic cord. So spermatic cord seen here, and this is the testis present in the scrotum. Now the third, also one of the important sentence noted here. Testosterone hormone stimulate descent of the testes and fibromuscular band called as gubernaculum in the scrotum. So this is the scrotum gubernaculum band seen. This is the testis. So testis and gubernaculum is a descend in the scrotum by stimulation of testosterone hormone. So must essential important noted point here. Now also one more point noted here. All this point is noted in your textbook is also in this male. In some male, a loop of intestine may pass through the inguinal canal into the scrotum, causes a condition called as inguinal hernia. So here also seen a diagrammatic representation. This is intestine or bowel abdominal structure. So intestine bowel abdominal structure, when intestinal loop is emerged from the loop is inside the inguinal canal seen. This is the inguinal canal seen, some intestinal loop. This loop is present in inguinal canal, so such condition called as inguinal hernia. Externally it is seen in this diagram. So this is the inguinal hernia seen because of intestinal loop is emerged in the inguinal canal, develop into inguinal hernia. Now this is also most important, how create inguinal hernia. The second most important part of male reproductive system is accessory ducts. You know that arete testes, vasa efferentia, epididymis, vas deferens, ejaculatory duct and urethra are the accessory ducts seen one by one. Arete testes, vasa efferentia, epididymis, vas deferens, ejaculatory duct and urethra. Now seen here arete testes, vasa efferentia and epididymis. So this is the arete testes is network tubules are connected from seminiferous tubules and it rejoined to form vasa efferentia. So it is present in between seminiferous tubule and vasa efferentia, the network called as arete testes. These are the vasa efferentia. It is connected in between arete testes and epididymis part, and this is the total. This one is epididymis and this is the continuous part known as vas deferens. So vas deferens is also seen in male reproductive system. Here this is the vas deferens is open into urethra. Here the duct of seminal vesicle open into vas deferens, such point called as ejaculatory duct, and this is the urethra. So all these 6 different ducts seen here, we discuss detail all these 6 ducts like arete testes, vasa efferentia, epididymis, vas deferens, ejaculatory duct and urethra. Now let us start before that one sentence here. Only urethra is unpaired. All these the other than urethra are paired structure. Now the first one is testes. All the seminiferous tubules of the testes at posterior surface form a network tubule called as testes. So this is the testes. All seminiferous tubules are connected at posterior end to form a network called as testes. Now testes arises to vasa efferentia. 12 to 20 fine tubules arising from testes. These are the tubules arising from testes to epididymis. Such structure called as vasa efferentia. So you know that seminiferous tubules inside it germinal epithelium cells undergoes gametogenesis, produce sperms. Such sperms are transferred from seminiferous tubule to testes. Then it transferred to vasa efferentia through epididymis. So pathway of the sperm transfer from seminiferous tubule to epididymis, testes, vasa efferentia to epididymis. So the next part is epididymis. So also pronunciation epididymis is also called. So this is the epididymis or epididymis structure. It is long, highly coiled tube divided into three parts. Upper caput epididymis, this is the caput epididymis part. Middle corpus epididymis, this is the corpus epididymis part, and lower cauda epididymis part. So epididymis consists of three parts: upper caput, middle corpus, and lower cauda epididymis. So all these three parts are most important for the sperm undergoes maturation takes place. So the sperm undergoes maturation in the epididymis. So the main function of epididymis is maturation of the sperm in the epididymis. So epididymis or epididymis is the longest duct of male reproductive system. It is must known. Posterior part of the epididymis is connected to vas deferens. So this is the vas deferens. So we learn the fourth part of accessory duct known as vas deferens. Seen, this is the vas deferens is connected from cauda epididymis and it is open into the urethra. So vas deferens is also called as spermatic duct. It continues from ejaculatory duct and it open into urethra. Now ejaculatory duct is a point in which vas deferens and duct of seminal vesicle is open together at that point called as ejaculatory duct. So ejaculatory duct is a duct is formed by joining of vas deferens and duct of seminal vesicle. It passes through the prostate gland open into urethra. Now the last one is urethra. Urethra seen here. Urethra is present below the urinary bladder. Urine carry through urethra, also semen carry also through urethra. This is the duct of urethra present inside the penis, most of the part. This is also urethra. So urethra is the common duct, carry urine at the time of urination, carry semen at the time of copulation. So it is called as urinogenital duct. Why male urethra are called as urinogenital duct? Because male urethra is the common duct, carry urine as well as semen, so called as urinogenital duct. So male urethra is very long, extend through the penis. It open outside by an opening called as urethral meatus. This is the urethral meatus or urethral orifice. So here we detail discuss what are the accessory ducts are present in male reproductive system. You know that first one is retro testis, second one is vasa efferentia, third one is epididymis, fourth one is vas deferens, fifth one is ejaculatory duct, and sixth one is urethra. So you must know that the urethra is unpaired duct, and other than the urethra all these are the paired duct. How sperm transfer from seminiferous tubule to urethra? Sperm are transfer from seminiferous tubule to retro testis. From retro testis it carry vasa efferentia to the epididymis. You know that epididymis also three parts. First one is caput epididymis, second middle parts is corpus epididymis, and lower cauda epididymis. So sperm is in epididymis, maturation process takes place, then it transfer from epididymis to the vas deferens, then vas deferens into ejaculatory duct, then it transferred to urethra. So the sperm carry pathway is also discussed here, and all these accessory duct is also discussed here. Now the third part of the male reproductive system known as glands. What are the glands are present in male reproductive system? Seminal vesicles is one of the glands, paired form seen in male reproductive system. Prostate gland, unpaired form seen in male reproductive system. Cowper's gland or bulbourethral gland, paired form is seen in male reproductive systems. Seen here diagrammatic view, what are the reproductive glands seen in male reproductive system. This is the seminal vesicles, paired form is present below the urinary bladder. This one is the prostate gland, single form, and these are the bulbourethral gland or Cowper's gland, also paired form. So these are the glands of male reproductive system. We detailed discuss one by one. First one is seminal vesicle. So these are the seminal vesicles. Paired form. Posterior side of the urinary bladder located. It secrete alkaline seminal fluid, contain fructose, fibrinogens and prostaglandins. So seminal vesicle secrete alkaline seminal fluid, contain fructose, fibrinogen and prostaglandin are the material. It contribute about 60% of total volume of semen. You know, semen is the fluid of different male reproductive glands contain sperm. So this fluid contains 60% part is from seminal vesicle. So this is also one of the most important question. How many percent contribute in the total volume of semen from seminal vesicle fluid? 60% contribute seminal fluid in the semen from seminal vesicle. So remember this. Fructose is one of the content present in seminal fluid, perform energy to sperm movement. So it is most important. Fibrinogen is also one of the content present in seminal fluid, perform coagulate the semen into bolus for the quick propulsion in the vagina. So fibrinogen is also most important content, and prostaglandins third content is acts as faster movement of the sperm toward the eggs in the female reproductive system due to stimulate reverse peristalsis in the vagina and uterus. You know that sperm is transfer from vagina to ovary. At that time prostaglandin material is stimulate vaginal and uterus muscles, provide reverse peristalsis movement. Due to this, sperm faster movement towards the egg. So fructose, fibrinogens, prostaglandins perform different functions present in seminal fluids. Now here we discuss detailed seminal vesicle. Now second one is prostate gland. This is the prostate gland present below the urinary bladder. No doubt it is single, made up of 20 to 30 lobes. Location below the urinary bladder. It surround urethra. This is the urethra is surrounded by prostate gland. So it release prostatic fluid called as milky white fluid, is slightly acidic prostatic fluid into the urethra. So urethral region surrounding prostate gland, prostatic fluid is slightly acidic, is emerged into the urethra. It forms 30% of volume of the total semens. Here this is also noted point. How many percent contribute total semen in prostatic fluid? 30%. So it contain, means prostatic fluid contain citric acids, acid phosphatase, and various other enzymes. What are the content of prostatic fluid? Citric acid, acid phosphatase, and various other enzymes. Acid phosphatase is protect the sperm from the acidic environment of vagina. That is, vaginal acidity is neutralized by prostatic fluid. Most of acid phosphatase. You know that in vagina content fluid is more acidic. So at the time of copulation intercourse, millions of sperm enter into the vagina. So at that time the most amount of the sperm killed by acidity of vagina. So this acidity is neutralized by acid phosphatase, that is the prostatic fluid material is the very important. So here we discuss detail prostate gland. It contain material and it contribute percentage, also the material perform function. Now most always remember here, prostate cancer create some condition noted here. It is a cancer of prostate gland. Men who are over 50 years of age and have a daily high consumption of fat have an increased risk of prostate cancer. You know, prostate gland, this is the prostate gland. If above 50-year age, the person daily high consumption of fat have increased risk of prostate cancer. So always remember this point. Now the third and last gland of male reproductive system known as Cowper's gland, bulbourethral gland. So these are the paired small body structure called as bulbourethral gland or Cowper's gland. No doubt it is very small pea-sized paired glands, location on either side of urethra. So this is the urethra, either right and left side located. These glands secrete an alkaline viscous mucus like fluid. So this viscous mucus fluid acts as lubricant during the copulation. You know, copulation means intercourse. So at the time of intercourse, Cowper's or bulbourethral gland secrete fluid, mucus fluid. Viscous fluid is most essential for lubrication provide to the copulation process. So copulation or intercourse process is very easy done. So it is the most important function, acts as lubricant during the copulation. Here we discuss all about the different male reproductive glands. Like first one is seminal vesicles, second one is prostate gland, and third one is Cowper's gland or bulbourethral. Now the last part of male reproductive system known as external genitalia consists of penis and scrotum. We detail discuss. First one is penis. Penis is a copulatory organ of human male person. It is cylindrical, muscular with 3 bundles of erectile tissues, like a pair of posterior lateral tissue called as corpora cavernosa and a median corpus spongiosum. Seen here diagrammatic representation. This is the laterally arranged band called as corpora cavernosa and median arranged line called as corpus spongiosum. Inside the corpus spongiosum seen the urethra. Now the swollen tip of the penis called as glans penis. So this is the glans penis in structure, and gland penis is covered by loose fold of the skin called as foreskin or prepuce. So this is the foreskin or prepuce. Here we learn penis structure contain the tissue known as corpora cavernosa and corpus spongiosum. Second part of the external genitalia known as scrotum. Here the scrotum seen. This is the scrotum and this is the septum of the scrotum. Due to septum, scrotum is divided into right and left pouches. Scrotum is a pouch pigmented skin lining behind the penis. Due to septum, it divided into a right and left scrotal sac. Septum made smooth muscles fibers called as Dartos tunic muscle. So Dartos tunic muscles is present in the septum of the scrotum. The fetal testes are guided into and retained in the scrotum by a short fibromuscular band called as gubernaculum. So gubernaculum diagrammatic representation. Before the testes remains suspended in scrotum by a spermatic duct. Here seen gubernaculum is the band present in between testes and scrotum. So this is the gubernaculum. Is testis is attached to the scrotum sac. Seen such band guide to testes descend in the scrotum sac. Now when failure of the testes to descend in the scrotum, such condition called as cryptorchidism. So due to cryptorchidism, that is failure descend testes in the scrotum sac, result the person becomes sterile, sterility person, means reproduction ability is completely stopped because the normal temperature is not provided to the testes. Here in diagrammatic representation, this is the scrotum contain, this one is testes and spermatic cord. So at the time of fetal life, the testis is present in abdominal cavity, but later on they descend in the respective scrotum. So if not descend in respective scrotum, the testes are present in the abdominal cavity. Such condition called as cryptorchidism, and due to this condition the person becomes sterile. Dartos muscles and cremaster muscles of the scrotum help drawing testes close or away from the body. So Dorto's muscles and cremaster muscles is also most important muscles present in scrotum sac. Scrotum maintain temperature of the testes 2 to 3 degrees Celsius lower than the normal body temperature is necessary for spermatogenesis. You know, spermatogenesis means production of sperm. So spermatogenesis process is necessary lower than body temperature that provide from scrotum. Here we complete the male reproductive system consists of different parts like testes, accessory ducts, glands and external genitalia. I hope that you are understood everything. The last concept is semen. What is semen? It is viscous alkaline and milky fluid. Its pH is about 7.2 to 7.7, that is base pH seen here. It is ejaculated by male reproductive system. You know, semen means the fluid of male reproductive glands like seminal vesicle, prostate gland and Cowper's gland contain sperms that ejaculated by male reproductive system. Normally 2.5 to 4 ml semen is given out during a single ejaculation. Single ejaculation contain 400 million sperm. So how many million sperm present in single ejaculation semen? 400 million sperms. Semen contain secretion of epididymis and accessory glands. You know, accessory glands are seminal vesicle, prostate gland and Cowper's gland. The semen is for nourishing the sperm from fructose. Energy takes place to the sperms, neutralize acidity, power present in semen, activation of movement, activation for movement of the sperm, provide prostaglandins. So we complete the today's lecture here. Review today's topics. We learn main part of male reproductive system, what is actual testes, histological structure of testes, how many accessory ducts of male reproductive system, each accessory ducts, its structure and function. We learn how many glands of male reproductive system, each gland structure and function, what is penis and scrotum, both are external genitalia, what is cryptorchidism, and we learn what is semen. So all these topics are completed today's lecture. Now on the basis of today's lecture, some exercise question noted here. Outline the path of sperm up to urethra. You know, sperm is produced inside the seminiferous tubules. So sperm transfer from seminiferous tubule to rete testis, then it transfer to epididymis through vasa efferentia. From epididymis, sperm pass to vas deferens, then ejaculatory duct and then urethra. Name the endocrine gland involved in the maintaining the sex characteristics of male. Yes, you know that. Inside the testes, interstitial cells or Leydig cells are endocrine cells, secrete male sex hormone known as testosterone that are responsible for development of secondary sexual character of male person. So endocrine gland is interstitial cells or Leydig cells. Name the cells present in seminiferous tubule. Germinal epithelium cells and Sertoli cells are present in seminiferous tubule. Explain the term cryptorchidism. Descent testes from abdomen to scrotum is failure. Such condition called as cryptorchidism. Hormone produced by testes, androgen or testosterone. The primary sex organ in the human male is testis is the primary sex organ of human male. Why human urethra called as urinogenital duct? Because human urethra carry urine at the time of urination and semen at the time of copulation. So human urethra called as urinogenital duct. Name the various stages of spermatogenesis can be seen in seminiferous tubules. Yes, spermatogonia, diploid cells is differentiate into primary spermatocyte is also diploid. Primary spermatocyte is undergo differentiate into secondary spermatocyte is haploid. Spermatids also haploid and sperms is also haploid. So these are the stages of spermatogenesis seen in seminiferous tubules. Which of this is the male or reproductive organ in human? Sperm, testes, seminal fluid, ovary. The correct answer is testis is the male reproductive organ of human male person. If you like the video, then you can subscribe my YouTube Bioinfo channel. Tap the bell icon and like the video. If any doubt about today's lecture, you can note it in comment box. Thank you.